Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel, guys, or the Unplugged channel. Quick one today is it's a cold going round and I've got a fuzzy chest. God damn it. So I'm feeling a bit rough. Just like going to talk about Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's that I'm running on my BMW M4 CS. Every now and then we've talked about tyres on the channel. I'm just going to keep this really short and sweet. I think the 4S is probably the best all-round tyre I think I've ever run. Off of the track in the summer, they're nice and grippy. There's quite a lot of noise from them, or I feel there's quite a lot of noise from them in the M4 cabin, but I don't really care about that. I don't really care about the relative efficiency of the tyre, the fuel efficiency versus some other tyres, because I don't think it's going to make masses of difference, little bits. What I care about is grip primarily and wear rate. Now I've had this car for over a year, and the tyres on there were new. They've done around about 4.5 track days, something like that, and the rears have plenty of life in them. And to be fair, I drive pretty hard, but these they've worn really well, nicely and evenly, and they've got another 3 or 4 track days in them. The front passenger side is delaminating there prematurely because there's plenty of tread in there, so that's a shame. So the shoulder's coming off. Now part of that is to do with the camber setup on BMWs generally. Like the M240 was terrible. The M4 isn't perfect, so it's not running enough camber, so the outer shoulders seem to get absolutely hammered, and Thruxton, real high speed, things really damaged this tyre. Funny enough, the other one was okay and was fine round Bedford, but Bedford finished this one off. So I've gone and ordered another one, because I did say to you, when these tyres go, I'm going to put on Cup 2s, but there's so much life left in these tyres. I'm just going to, I'm going to really bed this one in, and then that'll be all right. So yeah, dry grip, absolutely superb on the roads. Wet grip, decent. Yeah, decent. Very hard, because I haven't run anything else on this M4. If they'd have done them on the M240, I'd have something to compare it to. But I feel pretty confident in the wet. Now, track, that's the important thing. I think on track, the performance of these tyres are okay. I moaned about them a little bit at Donington, because I felt they were, I just didn't feel like they were working very well. But at Thruxton and Bedford, they were really good. But they felt a bit squirmy at Donington. Maybe I just wasn't used to the track. The limiting factor when you run them on tracks is, say, after about 5 laps on a 2-minute circuit, roughly, you probably will start overheating the tyres. And if you keep running them at that point, you'll start degrading them and melting them, at least at the front, if you've got the engine at the front where all the work's being done. So that's a limiting factor. And so you can probably go beyond that with some, if you moved up to like a proper track tyre, so that you could run them a little bit longer. They might not even have as much grip. But the grip levels are good. When they start to go, you feel it. You feel them sort of squirm a little bit. When they're warming up and you go beyond their grip, they squeal, but they stick really, really nicely, and they never sort of suddenly let go. And I think, pound for pound, this is probably one of the best tyres you could get if you're just looking to drive with some vigour on the road, but do some track days with it. The more track days you go, you'll get to a tipping point where you want to sort of like go faster, and you think, oh, I could probably go faster on the Cup 2s or a set of track tyres, and that's the point you might want to consider sort of moving off of a road tyre, really. But when you do that, there's going to be a whole load of other negatives around wear and cost and noise and wet grip and all that sort of thing. So these are probably about as good as it gets when it comes to an all-round performance tyre. This one here, I think it's 265 35 ZR19, was about £250 from Black Circles. So they're not cheap either. So that's another thing the review has to, you know, pick up on. If you're going through tyres quickly and you don't care about the ultimate sort of performance, you just want something that's consistent, then this tyre might be out of budget for a lot of people, because you could probably save a fair amount of money on that. But, you know, Michelin is expensive, and I think it's worth it, really. These are the non-Star ones as well, so the non-BMW ones, that's just what it had on there. So I can't even say if the BMW ones are better. I'm sure they are. But yeah, really impressed with these. I will wear all these down and then run cup twos just to see what they're like, and take it from there. So let me know your thoughts on the Michelin Pilot Sport 4Ss. Oh, Jesus, my chest is rough. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.